हे थीटा एंड बैकबेंचर्स के सिवा अवाम जिसका इस टॉपिक से कोई वास्ता नहीं है. दिस इज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल कन्वेंशन पार्ट 3. Ratification. After the convention was passed, there was need of ratification. That is, we call official signing by the states to legalize the convention. This process began September 1787 and the convention went into effect on June 1788 after 9 states ratified it. Rhode Island finally approved it on May 1790. This was a high order, particularly when at the same time they vowed to establish a government that would divide power between the states and the country in such a way as to allay people's fear of overbearing central power. So, as the delegates made their decisions on whether to sign the constitution, there was little assurance among them to how this balancing act would operate in effect, but they had at least begun to establish a structure through which matters of state and national power could be resolved. And after all, the states had ratified it. The convention became legal and its effectiveness increased many-folds. There was a long run of federalism and anti-federalist debate to become law. 9 of 13 states had to ratify formally approve the constitution. So in which was 9th in June 1788. Initially, 39 delegates signed the constitution on September 17 and the rest of states ratified it eventually. Then is famous debate of Federalists and non-Federalists. Federalists were greater supporter of the convention because it avoided anarchy and it was expected to protect the nation, and due to implementation of the tax, it was expected that it would be also solve problem in trade and commerce. Obviously, before than that, all the states were behaving individually and none of them was stable enough, and mob rule was taking over almost every corner. So federation has a system of check and balance along with the central government. So rather than behaving on their own, all the states were turning into one single unit. Non-federalists, on the other hand, they opposed ratification of the convention because obviously they feared strong central government would exercise excessive power and it will be completely controlled by few powerful states. Hence, it will oppress the smaller states. Mostly, inland farmers and laborers were against the ratification of the constitution because before than that there was no system of taxation or any other thing, and they were particularly concerned about their own benefits on individual level rather than benefit of the whole nation on the state level. This debate lasted long and it has a prominent position in the history of America. Impacts of constitutional convention are important in the history of the United States of America. It was the base that all the states stood upon and made their way in the world. It was the glue that holded all the entities together that elsewise would have been shattered sooner. And after the convention, there was seen revolutionary changes in the upcoming century. Trade and commerce were sustained and it became the first of the states to ever propose a separate power system where neither the central nor the regional government was able to overstep its power. Soon America emerged as one of the dominant powers of the world, and still it is. Benjamin Franklin, one of the most influential figures, stated in this regard that I have often looked at the picture behind the president without being able to tell whether it was a rising or setting sun. Now at length, I have the happiness to know that it is indeed a rising, not a setting sun. That's all. If it does any help, like, share, subscribe. Whatever.